You guys remember these? Welcome back, everybody. I know I just did a collection video like literally the other day, but I came across these, and this was too good not to do a video on. So this got traded in to a local store of mine, and they're not explicitly a card vendor. So these were considered bulk to them, to the point to where they have stopped taking in trading cards, particularly Pokemon, because they have these plastic totes that are absolutely just full to the brim with bulk Pokemon cards and no one's buying. So I said, I'll buy these. I'll take them off your hands. And both of these binders, they're full. One is full of spells. The other one's full of monsters. And altogether, this cost me only $14 for both these binders combined. And the binders were basically free. It was just bulk price for the cards. And I'm convinced that these are not explicitly bulk. We're going to find some value in here. Now, I've already kind of taken a little bit of a look at this, and some of the condition is not great. And also, these binders are, even the binders themselves are well loved and worn and are kind of dirty and dusty. And they were just, stored in a basement or in a closet somewhere until the guy decided to get rid of them. But it's also pretty evident to me by looking at this that these are the previous owner's favorite cards. So even if there's not a whole lot of value in this collection, there is a whole lot of heart, because these are clearly binders that were well loved. These are the favorite cards of the person that owned them. They are, staples from back in the day, and quite a few foils here and there. So I think the Kaiba binder is the monster binder. So let's go ahead and start with that and see what we got here. So we have, we got some character to it already. We have we have some stickers in there, and I think the person's name is in Sharpie in there somewhere. It looks like there's something on this inside sleeve. That's a rule book. I think that's the rule book that came with Yugi and Kaiba Starter Evolution. Nothing else in there. We got a Starter Kaiba Evolution Blue Eyes right off the bat. Can never have too many of those. That's one of the most common printings of Blue Eyes. It's heavy play as well. It's in pretty rough shape. Everybody's got these. They're unbelievably common. But I think it's a very attractive printing of Blue Eyes. You got another one up here too. So we'll go ahead and pull that out. This one's a little bit nicer, but it does have a bent corner, so very nice. We got a couple of SKE Blue Eyes right off the bat, so we'll just kind of set those aside here. SYE Dark Magician, same story. I believe it looks like these are actually first edition though, so that's kind of nice. We've got a Dark Master Zork over here from, let's see if that's from Dark Crisis or from Dark Revelation Volume 1. And he's unlimited edition, but he is Dark Crisis. And not bad condition. A little bit of staining on the back there, which tends to happen with a lot of these older cards. But yeah, not bad. This was one of the first decent ritual monsters in the game. His effect was kind of random because it was a die roll effect, but it was a pretty decent effect nonetheless. We've got a Toon Goblin Attack Force. Don't see those every day. And pretty good condition. I would say maybe light play, maybe mod play, because this corner down here is pretty rough. But other than that one corner, it's pretty much light play. And this is a Hobby League. Oh, this is Duelist League. It's DL7. So I'll have to look up and see what the value is on that particular printing of Toon Goblin Attack Force. Nothing really of value here. These are commons from starter decks. Ooh, we have a Ruined Queen of Oblivion, and also the goat from Duels of the Roses Aqua Dragon over here. Let's take a look at this really quick. I'm actually really excited about this. So this is a first edition from Shadow of Infinity. It is definitely light play, so both corners are a little rough. But definitely like having that. I hope I tracked down an original super rare copy of this for my collection, but if I didn't, I own one now, so that's pretty cool, especially a first edition. Metal Zoa, that's actually really cool. So I traded off my original copy of this back in the day, and I really wish I hadn't done that. Unfortunately, this definitely is a heavy play. It's got a lot of scratches on the surface and bends in the corners. And why is it just so hard to find these original video game promos in good condition? Like some of these super old video game promos that have the Japanese style vertical and horizontal secret rare lines, similar to the prismatic secret rares and the Japanese secret rares. A lot of websites used to call this promo foil secret rare back in the day because it was only used for the video game promos. These cards are just impossible to find in good condition, and a lot of the super old ones can ask a pretty hefty price because of that. So unfortunately, this guy's probably not worth more than $1 or $2 at this condition. And I don't think Metal Zoa or Zoa was one of the more sought after ones anyway. But I'd love to get my original Zoa back as well from the same printing. That would be pretty nice. Legendary Fisherman, out of Pharaoh Servant. Looks like he's unlim. And he's also definitely heavy play. That's super unfortunate. Yeah, this was probably a well-loved favorite of the previous owner. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like I said, probably not worth more than 50 cents or $1 at this condition, but a well-loved card nonetheless from that era. Not really anything noteworthy there. This is one I saw when I was flipping through it that I was particularly excited about. So this is a GOAT format staple, or maybe a GOAT format tech Xarion Universe. And it is mint. It is in good condition. I don't own an original secret rare of this. So to have one of those for GOAT format was probably worth the whole binder, honestly, on its own. So I was just thrilled to see that. Dark Beast Warrior, I think he can do piercing damage or something like that. Yeah, just awesome card. I'm super glad to see that. Not a card that every deck in Go format plays, but it was one of the last products to be released when we consider GOAT format to be historically. So he technically counts. He's technically playable in GOAT format. We got a Dark Beginning 1 Gearfried there. Got a Lajin, which is nice. We have a lot of Yugi Kaiba format and GOAT format staples in here, even at common. The End of Anubis, that's a reprint. We don't really care about that. The Wicked Eraser, which I think is a jump promo. It is. These cards never saw any play and probably don't have that much value anyway. And he does have a slight, very slight crease up here on this side, which is unfortunate. You can kind of see that in the light there, but it's pretty cool to have as well. This was not included in our Shonen Jump promo collection that we got the other day. Blackluster Soldier out of SYE. We got a Breaker. I'll take that for some GOAT format bulk. I'm trying to get some of my friends to play GOAT format in paper with me, and if I can have a bunch of GOAT format staples in person and cardboard, I will definitely take that. We got a Gamma the Magnet Warrior here. Duels of the Roses promo. Pretty good condition. I would definitely say this is light play or near mint for sure. Just one or two little scratches here and there on the back, and he's pretty much near mint. That's really good. I do have my original playset of these guys, and I may have a couple of other copies that I've gotten from various other collections secondhand before, but yeah, very, very nice to have that. It's a shame that this collection doesn't have all three, but one is better than none, I suppose. Darkfire Dragon from LOB. Unfortunately, he's not in that good condition. We can tell this person played up until early GX with some of these cards. Were printed in early GX, and I think they also own SD6 Spellcaster's Judgment, which came out in early 2006. So we know they at least played up until then. BES Tetran. Let's take a look at you. You are stuck to another card, which is a very, very bad sign. I really don't know how to feel about that. Kind of yikes. He's on limb. He's light play to mod play. It's kind of whatever. The BS cards were never all that popular, but it's another foil we get out of this. Some of the McDonald's promos, like that Metal Guardian there, are kind of nice. Shining Angel, classic recruiter from that era. This I'm really excited about. Gear Golem, the Moving Fortress. I do not own an ultra rare of this, and it is light play. It's in pretty good condition. It does have a little bit of a bend up there in that corner, but I would happily put that in my collection binder. It's unlim, but it is original, 2004 Ancient Sanctuary print. So definitely love that. Yeah, I do not own an original ultra rare of that, so I do now, which is really cool. Very happy to see that. Nothing noteworthy here. Guilford the Lightning, the Collector's Tin promo. Oh, he's stuck to another card as well. Please do not tear on the back. Super unfortunate. You can tell that this person probably played a lot of these cards. Maybe played them on their school ground or on the pavement and didn't use sleeves. Just the characteristic of some of the damage on the back is just not something that would happen if you just took care of your cards. Yeah, he's light play to actually mod play to heavy play probably. I don't know if the Collector's Tin Guilford the Legend ever has any value, but very nice nonetheless. And it looks like there might be something in this back sleeve here too, if I can get it. Oh, it's more cards. Okay, that's everything. Oh, we got a Machina gear frame out of the. So these are some 5Ds era cards, and unfortunately, rough shape. Unfortunately, but if you're playing Edison format, it's an original Machina gear frame from that structure deck, so that's kind of cool. Genix, don't really care about that. Crab Turtle. Whoa, that is cool. I haven't seen one of these in the wild in a long time. This might be my favorite card we've pulled out of this yet. So this is a Master Collection Secret Rare Thousand Eyes Restrict. It is definitely heavy play, which is super unfortunate. It's probably, like I said, worth like 50 cents to $1 in this condition. It's really unfortunate, but I am very much looking forward to having a Secret Rare Thousand Eyes in my collection. That is really, really cool. I guess we can just kind of insert these into just whatever sleeve. We don't really care. So the rest is definitely bulk. Nothing really else of value in there, but we got a couple cards we care about for sure. Quite a few foils that I think are pretty nice. Like I said, the Xerion is definitely my favorite out of this bunch for sure. But I'll take it. I will definitely take it. So let's move on to the Yugi binder, which is the Spell and Trap binder. And a couple of good things I know are already in here as well. So nothing inside the sleeve over here. We've got some Starter Deck Yugi card destruction. Popular card, not only in old school, but in certain more modern formats as well. And it's unlim, of course. It is definitely mod play. But it is what it is. I feel like everybody has that, even if they don't have the original Starter Deck Yugi. We've already got some Change of Hearts and some Dark Holes, which is nice for if anybody wants to play some vintage 2002 Yugi Kaiba LOB format with me. I definitely will be happy to supply the staples. So, got another card destruction here. Man, what do you have to do to get your cards like stuck to other cards like this? Like, what are you just setting them down on like sticky surfaces? Like, what are you doing? Once again, pretty much the same condition. It's also an unlim, so they must have really liked card destruction or something. But we got 2 copies of that. I guess similar to the 2 Blue Eyes earlier. But yeah, you can tell this is like good cards that the person played. They like their Change of Heart, their Witch of the Black Forest, their Dark Hole. That's a monster in this binder for some reason, the Witch of the Black Forest, but I'll take it. A couple of fissures. Playset of fissures, in fact, makes sense. Ultimate Rare, Chthonian Blast. That's pretty cool. No Ultimate Rares in the monsters, unfortunately. It is a first edition, and Again, it's like it's probably light play to mod play, and so not great condition on that, but it's an Ultimate Rare First Edition, so I'll take it. Heavy Storm. More old school staples. Again, you can tell this person actually played the game. Ultimate Rare Machine Dupe. That's even cooler. That one's unlim, and I have a feeling it's going to be in rough shape. It sure is. Yeah, once again, probably mod play, but Ultimate Rare Machine Dupe, that's a card that is highly sought after by Cyber Dragon players. They will pay just ass loads of money for a playset of first edition Ultimate Rare Machine Dupes. And that's the only copy of that I own, despite the fact, oh my god, the other card in my hand is Royal Depression. I'll actually go ahead and take that, because that is a card that I hate to say it, but I need more copies of in Edison format decks, so we'll go ahead and just set that aside here too. More staples, Monster Reborn, MST, Pot of Greed, Premature Burial, Nobleman of Crossout. Good to see that. Once again, if anybody wants to play Go format with me, I'll happily supply the staples. Speaking of which, there's Scapegoat, but I'm actually more interested in this Sage's Stone right here, because that's another promo. Not a particularly high value one, but it is another video game promo. Once again, like, dude, how do you live like this? Like, how do you allow your treasured stuff to get this messed up? It's not terrible, but it's definitely like south of light play. It's closer to mod play, but the this one's mainly just dirt on the surface, it seems. The corners and everything is pretty nice. So another video game promo, definitely glad to have that. And guess we need this Scapegoat and this Soul Exchange here as well. We will happily take that. The Scapegoat's in, I was about to say it's in pretty good shape, especially compared to the rest of the binder. Yeah, I'd say that's probably late play. It's got a weird something going on over here, but it's not a bend or damage to the surface in any kind of way, so I would definitely say that's light play to near mint, which is pretty nice. Soul Exchange, yeah, again, that's getting into light play to mod play, but not seriously bent. Just has just the surface is dirty. It just looks like it's hard to explain. But if you guys are used to handling, well played, well loved old school cards, you know what I'm talking about. Fluid Summoning Dragon, I don't even want to unsleeve that from the binder. I've got too many of those. Super Rare Dust Tornado, that's pretty awesome. I have one of these already. That I think is in better condition than this, but I will take it. With GOAT format and other retro formats like that, I don't like playing the original version of the card, the original printing, especially if there is a modern higher rarity. I'd rather play the modern reprint. Again, similar case with the condition, but I absolutely love the way the foiling was done on this original super rare here. Most people had this card as a common because it was printed in common so many other times after this super rare printing. So seeing the original super rare is always nice. I always appreciate seeing that. Embodiment of Apophis, which is another Shonen Jump promo, and it's in pretty good condition actually. It's got a slight bend up here at this corner, and then of course it's got the weird dirty surface thing going on. But yeah, that's part of the same Shonen Jump promo series that what was it called? Exchange of the Spirit was from. And I don't think I have one of these. I might. I'm not entirely sure. We got Magical Hats. Original Pharaoh Servant again. Once again, not bad condition, but this again, the surface is just kind of like dirty. But yeah, Magical Hats, another super rare out of Pharaoh Servant. Happy to see that. Jar of Greed was originally printed as a super rare as well, and I've never seen, or I shouldn't say never, but I've rarely ever seen a copy of that in the wild before. Mirror Wall, another Pharaoh Servant super rare. Oh, it's stuck to another card again. This is going to be a little interesting. Oh yeah, this is definitely heavy play to damaged territory. This actually has the specific evocation of water damage. It's very clear what happened to this card. The previous owner set it in a puddle, clearly. Like, they set it in some water that was pooling either on their desk or on the ground or something like that. But you can see around the edges like that how it's kind of curled up in that specific pattern. That is very specifically the result of water damage, which is super unfortunate. Mirror Wall was never really that great of a card. The life point cost was kind of insane, but it's a classic nonetheless, and I would have liked to have had a good condition copy of that. And maybe I do already in my collection. Nothing really noteworthy here. The Hero Spirit is not particularly noteworthy. Wicked Avatar here. Not bad condition, some minor warping. Once again, it's the Shonen Jump promo version, similar to the Wicked Eraser we saw earlier. I'm not sure if I already own this particular printing of it. I know I have obviously the collector's tin version, and then I may have gotten this from not the previous video that I did, but the last time that somebody donated to me their collection of Shonen Jump promos. So I may already have that, but we'll see. And then another Vandalgion, we just showed him off in the video before. Nothing in the binder in either of these, but yeah, that about does it for that. So not quite as impressed with the spells and traps, but you know, we got a nice little selection here. Unfortunately, just the problem with most of these is that they're damaged, which is probably why the store considered this to be bulk. But a lot of these are still playable, and I'll take them for, like I said, friends that want to get into these old school formats with me. So overall, I think for $14, I'm pretty sure that we made our money back, probably off of a couple of very specific cards. Probably this guy and this guy and this guy probably alone made our money back right there. But, and then maybe, I mean, it's unlim and it's not in great condition, but that may still have value there because old school Ultimate Rares are just going through the roof. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll see you next. I almost forgot about Middlezo. I need to look at the value on him. So good stuff. I'll see you guys next time.